And we are back. Sorry for any technical difficulties. We're just going to get right back into this. Yes, so here we are today, Monday. We have the Elite Eight tonight and tomorrow. We're going to get into some men's Elite Eight. We're also going to get into the NBA picks. And let's get ready for some great picks. Here's our host, the professional gambler, Joel Wachowski.
Hello, world. Hello, Tomas. How is everybody doing on a profitable Monday morning? I feel like Scrooge McDuck. I'm just waking up in a pile of money thanks to the Joel Wachowski parlay. You tie the current university to the alma mater. It doesn't even matter if you fail a math test. Your outlook is bright as can be. You were on that too, right?
Yes, sir. I did enjoy the beatings that Michigan and USC laid down. It was amazing. I didn't sweat once. I just relaxed and just watched the entire games, no issue. It was great.
There was one moment of sweating in the USC game, with 9 minutes to go in the second half.
But aside from Edie hit the three, put them back up 12, and I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's over.
Yeah, USC. Where did these guards come from? They're creating shots. They're hitting contested threes. And as they enter a Gonzaga showdown, I mean, I don't think anyone's beaten the Zags, but this USC team is talented enough. They're probably the most talented team Gonzaga's played.
Yeah, easily. Gonzaga has had a cakewalk up to this point.
Yeah, and now
they've had no problems at all.
Yeah, and I mean, that boy Timmy is in some trouble tomorrow night. Not even Lassie's going to be able to save his ass next to the wonderful Mobley brothers. No, I tried to find out. I can't tell whether or not they're related to Coutinho or not.
I honestly don't know. I have no idea. Are they from LA?
I don't think they are. No.
Is he from LA?
I don't know. I just know he lives in Steve Francis's heart in a really special way that I saw on MTV Cribs 20 years ago.
That's funny.
They were on Cribs together, Steve Francis and Coutinho Mobley. And
he's from Philly.
Coutinho is? You seeing him in the Big Three, he definitely has old Philly guy aesthetic.
Yeah,
keeping all the gray out in both the beard and the afro, it's beautiful to see. It's kind of a similar afro to Mr. Glass in the M. Night Shyamalan universe, which is also a Philly guy of the same age.
That's funny. I was going to say they're from San Diego.
Okay, so close enough. USC
not far.
Makes sense. Yeah. 2-hour drive. Nice drive, too. I guess the only loser for SC in all this is your boy Okongwu on the Hawks. Not seeing the court. Picked way too early.
Yeah.
I mean,
he got paid.
He got paid, but come on, Hawks. Even looking at that pick now, it's you picked a 6'8" center?
He's not bad though. He's all right.
He's all right, but he's a center with foot injuries and he's undersized. The last thing out.
He would have messed his dynamic up if he was there still. He would have messed it up.
Yeah, and now he's just messing up the dynamic in Atlanta, wondering when he'll play, wondering when he'll get some run. Poor guy. Can we put him and Mo Bamba playing one-on-one on pay-per-view or something?
I forgot Mo Bamba existed.
I will. Mo Bamba, the worst thing that could have happened to his career was becoming the name of a number one song before he played a meaningful NBA minute. No one can come back from that.
Yeah, I know. His career took off before he played. Thanks to Sheck West. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sheck, for ruining his career.
Sheck West, actually, he's playing in a third division French team. He just got signed a couple weeks ago.
Well, Sheck's a real ball player. Is Sheck the best rapper ball player today?
No, absolutely not. No, he's not. He's not that good a basketball player. I've seen him play. He's not that good.
He might love it the most. I mean, third division French, that's some Percy Miller 2.0 type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, do you want to talk about tonight's games? I think this is kind of the undercard in terms of the Elite Eight slate.
Sure, let's get into it. First game of the
Okay.
night, 7:15.
7:15, Oregon State versus Houston. I'm going to be watching this game in Lower Manhattan, so I'm actually watching Oregon State versus Houston.
Wait, was that a joke, or are you actually going somewhere?
No, that was a joke. That was a joke for people who live in New York City. I thought since you live in New York, you might get that one.
I understood it, but I was like, where the fuck are you going to your broken-ass leg?
No, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm stuck on this couch for another week. But I'm kind of inclined to go with both favorites, both under tonight. Houston's an awesome basketball team. They can play any style, and I'm going to guess that the uptick in competition tonight is going to be too much for the Beavers.
I agree. I think all those upsets are going to catch up to them now.
And it's all Ethan Thompson, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And, I mean, he's had an amazing tournament. He's creating off the ball. He's got great physicality. He kind of reminds me of Sadiq Bey from Villanova these past few years. Just in terms of
on the Pistons now, right?
Yeah, he's the best player on the Pistons. He's awesome piece. And, like, I see, like, using the frame to create skill set. Like, you don't see that to create jump shot opportunities. You don't see that in a lot of prospects. I see that in Oregon State. Nonetheless, this Houston team is getting slept on. They should have been a 1 seed. I think that's pretty clear to say at this point in time. Like, they deserve Michigan's 1 seed. They're going to reach the Final Four. And I think this game is over by halftime.
How much do you think? So you think they're going to easily clear the spread?
I think the spread's pretty good. Like if it's 7 and change, like if Oregon State plays well, I think they lose by about 5 to 7 points here. Yeah. But Houston, they've had too many tough losses, and I'm kind of debating just riding the Houston money line for like stupid reasons. This is Kelvin Sampson's 1,000th career game. He's never made a Final Four. He's had bad luck against Michigan, specifically stopping him from making the Final Four. So I can't imagine them missing tonight.
Yeah, I doubt that. But I don't know. The spread scares me. Honestly, like the last couple of days, like betting on, who was it, Michigan and USC last night, like I was comfortable with a 2-point spread. 8 points, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'd rather take the 8 points in this game than the 8 points in the later game.
In the Baylor game? Really? Yeah. I feel like Baylor, like their volume, they just shoot at such a high clip.
Yeah, but I would rather have 8 points against Oregon State than I would against Arkansas. Like if Arkansas was playing Oregon State, I think Arkansas would be favored by 7 or 8 points.
I see.
And if Baylor and Houston were playing, I think Baylor would be favored by like 2.5. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just the math of this spread doesn't make sense. Like, I think Houston should probably be favored by like over 10 here. And if they're not favored by that, I'm going to ride with the Cougars.
Agreed. I might go money line. I don't know. I gotta think. I need a couple more hours to think about this.
Yeah, I mean, now that we have some healthy accounts,
yeah,
the money line is calling me.
Yeah,
and I
might just play it safe. I just play it safe.
Yeah, I mean, but playing it safe if you lose is no longer playing it safe.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, but that's a given. Like, but if they lose to Oregon State, I'll take my hat off and give it to them.
Yeah, but in this game, if you're going to write down the best 5 players on the court, probably the 4 of the 5 names are on the coot. Yeah,
exactly. I mean,
this team is old. It's electric. They can play any style. They can create shots. They can run in transition. They can defend. It's such a complete basketball team. And on the other side of the coin, when these teams, even it could be NBA, it could be NCAA, it could be any sport you want. When it's carried by like a great, like single person performance, there's an expiration date on that Cinderella story. And Oregon State, they're getting thrown out tonight.
Yep, I'm betting on that either way. So either the spread or money line is going to be for Houston.
What's the money line here? Minus 330-ish.
Hopefully it's not that low. Fuck.
Because if there is a money line play, you just tie Baylor with Gonzaga tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Sorry, Houston with Gonzaga tomorrow night. Because we'll talk about that tomorrow, but I don't know if that's going to be a good one for them. In this one, I would also like to say I advise the under. I think I saw Oregon State struggle to score against Loyola. We all know Loyola has an amazing defense. People shoot incredibly low percentages against them. But at the same token, I don't think you see – I think this is maybe like a 76-60 game, in which case that under still would hit.
Yeah, it would.
All right, should we talk about the main event tonight?
Baylor, Arkansas. Is that the game you're talking about?
I think it's a main event. I think Arkansas is awesome. I'm a little older than you, so when I was growing up, Arkansas was one of the college basketball powers. I think Eric Musselman is a hell of a coach, and I know Baylor is the second best team in the country, but that being said, I don't think there's a huge disparity in the talent level between these two teams.
I honestly don't know. I think Baylor is one of the top. I think they're actually more slept on than Houston. Honestly, even during the season, they were kind of slept on.
And is that kind of because they're both Texas teams? They're
I
not
think,
even in.
Well, yeah, probably. Like Baylor basketball. It has it's like peaks and valleys, but right now they're at a peak. They're at like a high point again. But I don't know. People don't take Baylor serious for anything, honestly. But it's time. I think it's time.
And that they don't take them seriously because the last time Baylor was in contention, their players murdered each other. That's going to cast a pall across any college basketball program.
Which team was this? Like, which Baylor team was this?
It was in the early 2000s. They were ranked in like the top 5, and in the offseason, one of their starters killed another starter. And they got put on like, I think you were like 6 years old at the time. And it's just like, you don't remember Arkansas as a powerhouse. Maybe I'm thinking of Corliss Williamson, big nasty if you're nasty, and overrating them a little bit. But I really like this Arkansas team. I've been impressed with them throughout the tournament. And if it's at 7.5 point spread, I think this one kind of comes down to the wire.
I mean, I honestly don't know. Arkansas just beat? Who they beat in the last round?
Arkansas, they beat an 11 seed, right? It was a 3
yeah.
It was a 3 versus 11. They came original.
Yeah, they destroyed them.
Yeah, and Arkansas, I mean, they had a pretty good showing last time out. I mean, Oral Roberts did push them. They did come back, but they've played everyone tight this entire tournament. And, just going back to that second half in round 1 against Colgate, that's the best I've seen any team outside of Gonzaga play for one half in this tournament. So, yeah I'm gonna ride with the Hogs tonight.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Oh, for the spread, though.
Yeah, spread.
Oh,
because, I mean, I think this one's going to be back and forth, a lot of lead changes. I think this is where the action is tonight. So I'm going to go Houston, Arkansas, unders in both games. Those are my picks for the Elite Eight tonight.
This shit is just so risky to me. I cannot wrap my mind around doing that.
Yeah, but at this point, like, if I were I don't want to do anything crazy. Yeah. I'm up, like, I've kind of multiplied my investment 2 times over. So now it's like put $30 on each bet, hope to tread water, and then if things go great, things go great.
Yeah.
That's the bankroll management. Like, I want to play another weekend. If I were to go big on a bet, it would be I'll win a bracket if USC beats Gonzaga. So it might be smart for me to even go big on that Gonzaga money line as a hedge against the bracket.
Yeah. True.
Because I mean, if we get USC and Michigan wins, I'm winning 2 brackets, and I won't even care about the betting. I'm going full-time bracketologist. I'm getting my PhD in college BB. That was pretty cool, right? You're like, man, this 30-year-old guy, he's got some lines. Put a wig on this dude. I'm hosting a podcast with Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow?
Yeah.
You listen to Jack? Jack's fire.
He is good. I found out how wealthy he grew up, so I'm no longer a fan.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, anytime I find out an artist grew up wealthy, I no longer respect their art. It's true in comedy. It's true in hip hop now. So it's just really, we're getting the privileged people, we're throwing them out.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about NBA? There's good stuff in the NBA tonight that you wouldn't think is good value. Let's talk about, this is crazy. If I'd heard me say this at any other time, I would laugh in my...
Give me 2 seconds. I'll use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll kill some time here and go get little because let's talk about this. Celtics at Pelicans. Ooh, can this guy bring up a graphic? Yes, he can, but it's not made yet. Yeah, so I think Celtics at Pelicans is good value tonight. We have Jaylen Brown out. We have a Pelicans team. They are the variance organization, and really, they've been on a hot streak right now. They can score the ball. They've been defending a little bit. No Lonzo Ball, but really the best version of the Pelicans. It does not feature Lonzo Ball. Unfortunately, it features the ball running through Zion's hand. And I think they're kind of going to be forced by injuries to play a more efficient style of basketball. And yeah, it does seem a little cuckoo bananas for me to take the Celtics to lose against the Pelicans. But 2.5 points, I see that there's actually a lot of money on the Pelicans in Vegas, but not a large percentage of the bets. And side with the Pellies here. Other games tonight, I like the Pacers at the Wizards. I think the Pacers are a good team. I think the Pacers actually had a really good plan for how to run their franchise that got kind of just ruined across the board. The injury to TJ Warren, it prevented them from doing I guess some really nice team building in my view on how to use the second unit. And then, with him not being there, you're losing the second unit battle every night. And, they're not able to fully implement their big three, LeVert, Brogdon, Sabonis. And I just think things since that trade, everything has gone poorly for Indiana. And tonight, they're playing the Wizards.
Since which trade? Which trade are you talking about?
Since the LeVert trade.
Oh, Karras. Okay, yeah.
And I think the TJ Warren injury, you slide him into a 6-man role, he's the best 6-man in the NBA. His skill set is perfect for that. And you're probably just running your offense through him 18 minutes a game. And I love that for TJ. I love that for the Pacers, but he hasn't been available. And so tonight, we see a Pacers team. They really got to get their shit together. This is low-key a good game if we care about the 10 spot in the Eastern playoffs, and I think we do. But Bradley Beal's also on the injury report, and that being the case, I'm going to ride with the Pacers. I'm going to buy a 0.5 point here, take it down to 4.5, and I'm going to ride with Sabonis and co.
Same. Yeah, they got a little too much. Again, I feel like the Wizards are just not built to compete against anybody, honestly. Just the play style, and then when they plays teams like this, I think the Pacers, they're really not that stacked a team, but they have enough talent to beat the Wizards and to cover the spread. So,
and the Pacers, it's not like they're the most stacked team, but it's everyone on that roster, they make sense. There's a traditional 9-man roster. They've got people for all those slates. And I want to give the Wizards a pass, actually. I hate Scott Brooks, but can we acknowledge that Thomas Bryant is a very good NBA player, and that to lose him for the year is a pretty big blow to this team?
I don't know if he's I don't think he's the greatest NBA player, but I think he's a good defensive center. That's why we give him.
And during the bubble last year, he did kind of put up 25 and 12 while shooting threes.
Wait, for what team? For the Wizards?
For the Wizards, yeah. I mean, his production's pretty good, and if with him out, they truly have no one else to man the center position. He's been durable up until this torn ACL, so I see this as two teams that really nothing went according to plan here, and they're kind of fighting for that spot. But I think Indiana's just in every possible way healthier, more ready to make a late season run than their competition tonight.
Word. I agree.
We agree on everything tonight.
I mean, if it makes dollars, it makes sense, you know?
My guy, that's why Tomas is here. I'm corny as hell. He says one sentence a show, and it's cool as fuck.
Moving on to the bad boy Pistons.
And boy, are they bad.
Isaiah Stewart, fucking thug. I'm just kidding.
No, Isaiah Stewart. That's a Piston center. That's the pride of Rochester, New York. Well, that and being near Syracuse. I don't know. For this one, you got to go Raps here. I think the Raps played yesterday. They did lose, but it was early in the day. And Jeremy Grant's on the injury report. If Jeremy Grant is even sidelined a little bit, I expect this Raptors team to be able to take care of business against their old coach.
Yeah. It's in Detroit? Yeah.
It's in Detroit.
I don't think it matters where this game's at. They could play shit right at the park down the street. I'm putting them.
I don't know. This Pistons team, it would be actually very good if they moved the NBA games to a New York style playground. This Pistons team would make the playoffs.
That would be fun, honestly.
Yeah, call your own fouls would be a gift to this team. The most hard-nosed squad in the NBA. Let Josh Jackson bring a wrench to the court. Let's see what happens then.
Josh Jackson.
Yeah. He's on the Pistons. He was in the crowd at the Malice at the Palace. He admitted to throwing a water bottle at Ron Artest.
Wait, he was in the crowd?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's the only Detroit native in the NBA right now.
Really? There's no one else from Detroit in the NBA?
No, everyone, all the talent in Michigan in the NBA, it's from like more northern Michigan. It's from the Thumb.
Wait, it says he's from San Diego. Did he grow up in Detroit though?
Yeah, he grew up in Detroit. He's wasn't born in Detroit, but he is a Detroiter.
I see.
And
like Big Sean.
Yeah, like Big Sean, like the opposite of Robin Williams. He was born in Detroit and raised elsewhere. I didn't expect you to know where Robin Williams was born.
I don't know where Robin Williams was born.
Grosse Pointe, Michigan.
And where? Grosse Pointe, Michigan?
Grosse Pointe, Michigan.
Grosse Pointe.
Money. The Westchester of Detroit. But yeah, I think Raptors here is a no-brainer. I mean, they're an old team on no rest, so there is that little caveat. But if I see Jeremy Grant's name on the injury report, I'm going to go against the Pistons. -5 points, I'm going to go against the Pistons. Everything that I see that makes me go against the Pistons is in full effect tonight, and that makes me overcome my bias against the back-to-backs.
Yeah, I know. You love putting a team out when they're on a back-to-back.
I mean, there's something to that, though. Like, you've played basketball on a back-to-back before. How does it feel?
I don't complain. Fuck, I just play that shit the next day.
But it's still harder. If there's a team that's rested and a team that isn't rested, I think it's kind of foolish to go with the team that isn't rested.
Last week, I bet on the Clippers on a back-to-back, and they smoked the fucking Spurs.
I mean, it is weird because this season, once the COVID restriction happened, there's a lot of kind of statistical baselines in terms of back-to-back and home court advantage that aren't as applicable as they aren't. But as someone who's been watching basketball since the 93 season, it's hard for me to get that bias out of my DNA. Does that make sense?
Fair enough.
And should we talk about the best game in the NBA tonight?
Oh, yeah, this should be a good one.
And this is, can we say it? Can we say it? If it's a possible finals preview. I feel like everyone's sleep.
I think there's gonna have to be a solar eclipse for this to be the fucking finals. There's no way that both of these teams are going to the finals.
Yeah, but I would say I have my 6 teams who can win the title. I think these are both. These teams are both. yeah, I have three teams
Are
in the
the Nets
West.
3 of them?
No, I have I have Nets, Lakers, Sixers. Those are the three best teams. And behind them, I have Denver, Clippers, Bucks.
I think I have the same. Yeah, I think my list is the same. But my list ain't 6. My list is probably like 3.
Yeah, but we've seen Kawhi do it before, right? We've seen Kawhi take over a postseason
But it was very different. It was very different.
Yeah, but he also did it in like 2014. He had a nice stint in 2017 before he got his legs taken out from under him. Like, Kawhi is that top level guy who he could get hot for a few weeks. And, I know the gripes against Giannis. I agree with the gripes against Giannis. It drives me crazy how the Bucks have handled Giannis. But still, to act like this team has no shot just because they've come up short, like teams lose a few times.
I don't think that's. It's the field is why I'm saying they won't make it. I think they're the third best out of the East.
Yeah, and that's true, but like they match up pretty well with Philadelphia.
They and Brooklyn too. Well, in that one game they matched up well. They almost beat them in James Harden's debut. But I don't know, man. We like I gotta see this shit. I'm curious to see. I would like to see Giannis at least. If he doesn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, then I'm gonna like give him a little Paul George status.
Oh wow.
Like yeah, fuck. Like last year they should have not lost to the Heat. I don't think they should have.
No, they shouldn't have, but they did, and that's also there was bubble weirdness. And let's kind of build in the fact that Giannis is still only 26 years old. I mean, to be out on him if he has a bad year this year, like I think this 5-year run that's about to start is going to be the best we see about Giannis. I would be surprised if he doesn't come out of this with a couple rings. And, he takes over the game on both sides with an amazing amount of effort. And I'm not going to leave him out of the conversation just yet.
Wait, you said if he comes out of what with a couple of rings?
He'll get a ring in the next 5 years.
I would hope. I mean, Kevin Durant and LeBron James will probably be gone, so I hope so.
Yeah, and I mean, Giannis, the next era of the NBA, the LeBron KD era, it's probably on its last legs here. I mean, it better be. I mean, LeBron's going to be 37 next year. That's crazy. But
he's still at a super high level.
Yeah, I mean, he is, but there's going to be a period where the next generation, Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, and I'll throw Tatum in that group, honestly. They're going to have their shot at rings, and I would expect Giannis to have the best showing of anyone in that situation. So maybe it'll happen this year. I don't think it will, but I'm going to respect them enough to say they could win the title this year. I don't think they will, but they could.
Yeah, and pigs could also fly.
Look, the fifth best team in the NBA against the sixth best team. That's fun for me. This is our slept-on finals preview.
Honestly, I will say this: the Clippers, it rides on Paul George. They could be the best in the West, or they could be the sixth? They could be the third best in the West. It is up to Paul. We kind of just left out the Jazz in that conversation. But
I've got reasons to leave out the Jazz. They don't have anyone to guard Kawhi or LeBron or Durant. You get like an amazing forward, and the NBA is full of them. The Jazz are getting torched.
They got Joe Ingles.
Okay, what's Joe Ingles going to do matched up against Kawhi, like shooting 12 mid-ranges?
He shut down his boy. Was he going to say, but Paul George is up to him. It's up to him. He decides what they're going to do.
Absolutely, and so much is riding on Paul George with an awful injury history. And so for tonight, for the purposes of a regular season game, I'll roll with the Clips.
I'm also going to roll with the Clips. And I will say this. I'll give Paul George his props. This year, he's shown up. Like, I haven't, like, been disappointed with how he's playing. I think he's playing well. So
yeah, and good Paul George is an awesome player. No one's three-point shot goes through the hoop as smooth as Paul George's does.
He has a smooth game. Smooth guy.
Yeah, and it's just like if you have a team, you have all these switchable wings. That's your foundation. You can build off that. And it's just like both these teams, we kind of dismiss them because they did so poorly in the bubble, and I think that's a mistake. I think
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like last year, the Clippers had like this allure. Like you just like you knew they were gonna win it all, and then it was just gone. Just immediately gone.
The bubble wreaked havoc. Not everyone could handle it, just like not everyone handled COVID great.
Fair enough.
And I mean, that kind of makes sense because the Clippers are the crazy team. They've got so many big personalities tied up with so many small personalities. So kind of a funky mix. This year, it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
I do like Rondo as the interpreter for Kawhi. I think that'll be a fun pairing to have out there.
The interpreter? What do you mean?
I mean, because Rondo's a quiet guy who's managed to become a leader.
Yeah.
And Kawhi is a quiet guy who's so good. He kind of just needs to become a leader just by virtue of how good he is. And Rondo's the right person for him to kind of study that from.
I see. I personally think I don't think Kawhi's ever gonna change. I think he's always just gonna be like a quiet lead by action kind of guy.
And that's true, but hey, he's already a top 20 guy of all time. He's one ring away from entering the top 10. And I mean, by the time all is said and done, I think we could be Kawhi's going to have and is going to have a very interesting place in NBA history. I can't wait to debate that in 20 years.
I wonder where, like, I don't know. He's good.
This is me at a barbecue in 2040. All right, marry, fuck, kill. Kobe's career, Kawhi's career, KD's career.
Wait, who?
Kobe, Kawhi, KD.
You're asking me to rank them?
In 2040.
Kobe, KD, and Kawhi.
I don't think there's a wrong order to that, actually.
I don't know. I mean, it's tough. Kevin Durant, I hate to see what the fuck's going on with this net shit. Like, it's just sad. It's not even him. Like, because these players are joining the Nets. It's not even like, but it's just fucking. It makes it not fun. It doesn't make this fun.
And it's almost like the Nets are recklessly pursuing a plan B because KD isn't healthy.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know. Like, what is the status on his injury? Like, is he even going to be back?
I mean, can we say that no player has ever successfully come back from an Achilles injury? I know Dominique Wilkins is the example. Oh, he led the league in scoring, but he was actually out of the NBA within 24 months of that injury. So I don't think that's that great of an example.
Actually, but like, is his injury right now, is it his Achilles again?
I mean, he hurt the Achilles. He's not demonstrated that he's been able to fully come back from it.
I mean, I feel like he has. Has he not? I feel like he came back fine. He just hurt something else.
But that's the thing. When you come back too early from those injuries, you're risking the DeMarcus Cousins trajectory where one injury leads to another. If you're still like favoring other parts of your body because one part in the Achilles is like everything is dependent on that, injury will beget injury. And, you know, KD had 18 months to get ready. He had 18 months to come back, and nothing you would want to see from KD so far this year. Yeah, the ability's there, but what's the best ability, Toe? Availability.
Sir, yep. True.
It's sad.
Honestly, the availability in the playoffs is what's going to matter. These dudes don't give a fuck about the regular season. LeBron, I'm sure he could come back sooner. He's not coming back till the playoff starts.
Yeah, but LeBron doesn't have to do it. LeBron knows his body. KD, in terms of this injury, he doesn't know what's there now. Yeah. We've both come back from injuries. It takes so much longer. And, like, yeah, this regular season's too long. But if I don't see a 6-week stretch of Durant in the lineup consistently carrying this offense, like, that's a huge question mark for me.
True. I mean, now that I think that is the one cog that could derail the Nets is if somebody gets hurt, obviously. This is obviously a thought always, but, like, when you look at the Nets on paper, I don't think about that, but it is a thought.
And do you look at the Nets as a big three? Because I don't. I see it just a big two. Like,
why don't you see a big three? I 100% see a big three.
I just think Harden and Durant are two of the most important offensive basketball players of this generation. And, yeah, Kyrie's a great player, but I just don't think he's quite on their level.
But he's not like far behind. He's very like Kyrie is whatever. It's a big three because yes, you have Kevin Durant and Harden, but you could give him the ball anywhere, anytime. He's gonna score. Like that's like priceless.
Okay,
That ability.
Okay, if they're fully healthy and they have their entire roster filled in 82 game season, they probably win like 67-ish games, right?
I would probably go with 67 in the 70s, somewhere in there.
And let's say you swap out Kyrie Irving's minutes with Spencer Dinwiddie's minutes. I still think they win about 67, 70 games.
I don't know. I don't think it's very different. Like there's a level change between Spencer Dinwiddie and Kyrie Irving.
But we also see that it's very easy to play basketball next to James Harden.
It is. But like you gotta hit the shot. That's just it. You just have to make the shot.
Yeah, but
Kyrie, I know he's gonna make the shot. I don't know if Spencer Dinwiddie's gonna make the shot.
I mean, Bruce Brown is making the shots right now.
Okay, but he's not averaging like 25 points.
He's had games where he's gotten 30 though.
I've seen it. Yeah, I know it's fucked me over I stopped doing them parlays because of that shit. But like it just makes it that much harder for the opposition.
Yeah.
Like you don't know who the fuck's gonna get the ball and just go off on you each possession. Like you don't know.
Yeah, and I mean Kyrie, he's a top 20 player, no doubt. But
Durant, top 20, he's higher than top 20. He's like,
yeah, right now.
Yeah, he's like maybe all right, not top 10. I'll give him 15. 20 just sounds disrespectful.
But hey, we're in the golden age of guard play. I mean, you're gonna take Mitchell and Lillard over Kyrie without much hesitation. I think.
Hell no. I'm not taking Mitchell over Kyrie.
Really?
Lillard, I'll take him. Mitchell, fuck no, absolutely not. Mitchell's good. He's also just young. Like give him let's give him like a couple more years.
But let's give Mitchell credit for outplaying Russell Westbrook and James Harden in postseason series his first year in the league.
Oh yeah, that was dope. I mean, I feel like the way you're talking about Kyrie is how you should be talking about Russell Westbrook. That's who you should be giving this energy to.
I kind of have them the same thing. They're both amazing at what they do, but in terms of like filling out a team around those skill sets, it's a little bit harder because the skills, they don't help other people as much as like this. I mean, Harden, KD, LeBron, those skills make everyone on the basketball court better. That's not true of Kyrie's skill set.
But it complements Harden because he knows he could give him the ball and he'll hit it. Like it was the same situation with LeBron. Like if LeBron needed to be bailed out, who's hitting the shot? Kyrie Irving,
Kevin Love, Matthew Dellavedova.
Oh fuck!
I'm not messing with you. I'm just making you mad.
Kevin Love is good. I like him, but I don't know what's up with him.
He got paid too much. He got paid too much money.
Yeah.
I won't call it a big 3. I won't call it a big 2. I'll call it a big 2.5. Is that fair?
That's fine. I mean, bro, like whatever. They have the remains of LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin on their roster. They have no excuse to not win a championship. I'm putting like $200 or $300 on them winning.
Yeah, they should win the championship, but you put them in the finals, and if the Clippers end up getting there from the West, like I would love to see that.
I think the Clippers have a better chance, honestly, than the Lakers would.
Yeah, I think the Clippers actually, they're not my favorite title pick, but if I were to pick a team to beat the Nets, it would probably be the Clippers.
Honest Clippers, I think every team. I think the Lakers are the best team in the West, but I don't think they have the best chance against Brooklyn. I think the Jazz have a better chance than the Lakers.
It depends on what KD's doing. If KD's fully healthy, he torches that Jazz team. If he's not, I agree with you.
Well, I mean, like I don't think the Clippers are the best option because they have no interior. They have no center to limit that inside and just force the team to make shots. And
but doesn't that kind of go with the offense that the Nets play? I mean, they're playing Ibaka, who's like a more rovable defender. Like he can step out on Aldridge or Griffin.
Yes, but when Kyrie Irving is dancing on your ass and driving the lane easily, I would prefer Drummond or Rudy Gobert in there to stop him.
Absolutely, I agree with you. But
it's fun. Like all the different dynamics are like different things that can possibly happen. But we'll see.
yeah,
See.
this playoff in particular is just as a fun game of rock paper scissors.
Yeah.
And I'll
Agreed.
say, with or without KD, I think the Nets are the favorite.
Agreed. But I think he's gonna be there. I can't in my mind. I can't see. He's gonna have to be there and get hurt. There's no way he's gonna like just ride it out and not. He can't like not play. He has to play and get hurt.
Yeah, in order to win the title, KD must play and get hurt.
I'm talking about the playoffs. He better suit up. He's fucking playing.
Yeah, KD, you're playing and you're getting hurt. This was a fun show. We had a fun little debate at the end here, but we got into it. So I think we're going to be off the next 2 days, and we'll be back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You'll be traveling, so I might be me by my lonesome for a little bit of it.
We might be able to do tomorrow. I think tomorrow might be okay.
Okay, yeah. Then let's rock tomorrow with some NBA, and then maybe we'll take off Wednesday, Thursday.
Tomorrow's also Elite Eight too. It's the Joel Wachowski.
I had so much fun in that Nets conversation. I totally got lost. All right, well, let's be back tomorrow. We'll have some fun. Then we'll be off Wednesday, Thursday.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
For everyone here, hey, give us some subscribes. I see the YouTube watches are coming in. I see the Spotify downloads are picking up. Like us everywhere. The Pro Gambler on Twitter, the Professional Gambler on YouTube, and the Professional Gambler on Spotify and Google Play. Thanks for hanging out with us. For Tomas, this is Joel Walkowski.